If she chooses another man, let her go, because this is precisely why you are the victor, a man of happiness and unshakable resolve. What if I told you that losing her is the greatest thing that's ever happened to you? What if I declared that the pain tearing through your chest, that gut-wrenching ache, isn't a curse but a priceless gift? Most men crumble under betrayal. They drown in self-pity, desperately grasping for answers, replaying every moment, tormenting themselves with what they did wrong. But a stoic man? He's cut from a different cloth. He doesn't chase, he doesn't beg, he doesn't break, because the moment she chooses another, she's made her decision. And that decision isn't about you, it's a revelation of who she truly is. So here's the question. Will you let this destroy you, or will you let it forge you into a stronger man? The ironclad truth is this. The second she walks away, you face a choice. Cling weakly to the past, or rise up with unwavering strength. You can seize the mindset of an unconquerable man, a true winner, by letting go completely. And make no mistake, you will triumph spectacularly. While she imagines you'll be lost without her, you're becoming the man she'll regret losing most. A man who never falters because he never clings to anyone. If you're ready to master your emotions, reclaim your power, and make her realize exactly what she's thrown away, then keep watching, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because what I'm about to say will change everything. Drop a comment below and stake your claim. A stoic man sees through to the raw truth. 1. The illusion of love. Love sounds intoxicating, doesn't it? The way she smiled at you, held your hand, whispered promises in the dark. It all felt eternal. But here's the undeniable reality. What you thought was love was just an illusion, a mirage crafted by your own emotions. And now, with her gone, you're hit with the brutal truth. Love, in its rawest form, is never as pure as you believed. Most men build their entire world around a woman. They pour in their time, their effort, their heart, convinced she'll always be that way. But emotions are fleeting. They shift like the tides, unpredictable and untamable. Today she swears she loves you. Tomorrow she's in another man's arms, acting like you never existed. And there you stand, shattered, wondering how she could forget so fast. The answer is blindingly clear. She never loved you the way you loved her. Men love with loyalty, with reason, with a vision of commitment. They see a woman as a partner, a future. But here's the harsh reality. Women love based on fleeting feelings, swept away by whatever makes their pulse race and their blood surge. When the novelty fades, when the emotional high subsides, they seek the next thrill, not because you failed, not because you weren't enough, but because she was never truly yours. This is the deadly illusion, the belief that love is eternal, that she'd stay by your side no matter what. That's a childish fairy tale men are fed from birth, but a stoic man stands apart. He stares unflinchingly into the cold truth. He knows everything in life is transient, even love. He doesn't cling to what can't be held. Instead of groveling for fragile affection, he releases it with proud resolve, because the moment you beg for validation from someone who's already left, you're screaming, "You control me." But a stoic man never lets that happen. He doesn't fight to win her back, doesn't chase someone who chose to walk away. He stands like a mountain, letting her go. And he grips this unyielding truth. She was never his to lose. That's the root of real power. When you stop seeing love as something to possess, something to clutch at all costs, You free yourself from the chains of anguish. You become untouchable. For the man unbroken by love is the one the world reveres. The man who doesn't chase women is the one women chase. And the man who doesn't need her is the one who leaves her drowning in regret for letting him slip away. 2. Master your emotions. Master your life. She thinks you'll crumble. She's waiting for you to drown in agony, writhing in the torment of losing her, desperately clawing to hold on. She wants you to lose it, to spiral out of control, to shatter completely. But that's exactly why you won't. The moment you let your emotions take the reins, you've lost. You become that weak man texting pleas in the dead of night, begging for one last conversation, secretly stalking her social media for crumbs of regret, wallowing in self-pity, convinced your happiness hinges on a single woman. But a stoic man knows the ultimate truth. He who controls his emotions commands his life. Think about it. What happens when you let your feelings overrun you? You act impulsively, react without thought, driven by fear, pain, or the desperate urge to reclaim what's gone. Every time you do, you hand her more power. The more you react, the more she knows you're still tethered to her. And when she sees that, she doesn't regret leaving. No, she becomes even more certain that walking away was the best choice she ever made. That's why the Stoic mindset reigns supreme. A Stoic man doesn't suppress his emotions, he dominates them. He doesn't ignore the pain, he faces it head on, but he never lets it dictate his actions. He steps back, detaches from the chaos of feelings, and chooses a response rooted in power. Because he knows this. True strength isn't about being numb. It's about refusing to let emotions shake his iron will. Picture it. Inside you burns a fire. The pain, the rage, the despair of losing someone who once meant everything. A weak man lets that fire consume him, rushing into foolish actions, destroying himself in the blaze. But a stoic man? Never. He tames the destruction of that flame, masters it, transforms it into a fierce driving force, a blazing fuel, a power that lifts him to the heights instead of dragging him into the abyss. What makes a man great isn't his skill at love, his talent for begging, or his ability to prove his worth. It's his proud serenity in the face of loss. The moment you stop reacting, stop seeking validation. The moment you no longer care whether she regrets it or not. That's when you win, triumphantly and resoundingly. And here's the ultimate twist. When she sees you refuse to collapse, refuse to beg, refuse to chase, that's when the seed of doubt takes root in her mind. She starts to wonder, did I make a mistake? She questions herself. Was he worth more than I realized? Because a man who masters himself masters everything. Women are drawn to strength, to mystery, to what they can't possess. The instant she realizes she no longer controls your emotions, that's the instant she begins to doubt her own choice. So, you must take command of yourself. No reacting, no chasing, no giving her the satisfaction of victory. Instead, step back, take a deep breath, and seize control. You're no longer the man groveling for love, no longer the one craving affirmation. You're the man who stands tall, walks forward without looking back, unshaken like a mountain amidst any storm. 3. The power of walking away. Walking away means losing, right? Yes, losing in the eyes of others. But you win, you conquer yourself. Because the moment you walk away, you reclaim your worth. The moment you walk away, you seize back control. The moment you walk away, she begins to feel the chilling void of your absence. Most men do the opposite. They cling, they plead. They send endless emotional texts, hoping she'll suddenly realize how much he matters. But here's the brutal truth. She already knows. When she left, she was fully aware of her choice. She knew you loved her, knew you'd suffer, and still chose to walk away. Now it's your turn to decide. Will you degrade yourself to chase someone who wanted to leave? Will you keep holding on to someone who let go? Or will you do what a stoic man must? Walk away without hesitation, without explanation, without regret. A stoic man understands that walking away isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength. Weak men cling. Weak men try to mend what's irreparably broken. Weak men beg for love from someone who no longer wants it. But a man of worth knows his value. And a man who knows his value never grovels for anyone to affirm it. He simply vanishes. People only cherish what they fear losing forever. As long as you're still there, still accessible, still lurking with the hopes of another chance, she knows you're hers to command. But the moment you walk away for good, that's when she truly feels the loss. That's when regret begins to gnaw at her soul. And chapter 4. Silence is your ultimate weapon. Silence is the most powerful counterstrike you can unleash. No endless texts, no convoluted explanations, no desperate attempts to change her mind, just absolute, resolute silence. While most men scramble to use words to salvage what's left, a calm man lets his absence speak with thunderous authority. When a woman walks away, she's always anticipating your reaction. An outburst of anger, a flood of sorrow, a heartfelt plea, hoping you'll grovel to prove her wrong. But when you don't respond, when you vanish without a word, a seed of doubt takes root in her mind. Silence forces her to confront her own choice, and it echoes louder than anything you could ever say. Most men fall apart when abandoned, firing off lengthy messages to justify themselves, begging for clarity, chasing closure, or at least one final conversation. But every word you utter only reinforces that the power still rests in her hands. That's why silence is your invincible weapon. It strips her of control, cloaks you in mystery, and leaves her tormented with questions. Why isn't he texting? Doesn't he care? Did I misjudge him? That's when the tables turn. The woman who once felt so certain of her decision now questions everything, because a man who can walk away without looking back is a rare gem, and women always crave what's scarce. Silence also grants you the space to be reborn. No more distractions, no waiting for replies, no squandering energy on someone who turned their back. You channel all that power into yourself, into your goals, your discipline, your rise. While she expects you to collapse in agony, you emerge stronger than ever. She might test you. A sudden text, a casual remark, some flimsy excuse to reconnect. But the calm man remains utterly silent. Because he knows responding only feeds her ego, not his worth. He understands that his time, his energy, his presence are sacred privileges, not commodities anyone can demand. When she discarded them, she lost them forever. That's the explosive power of silence. So say nothing, walk away, vanish, and let her mind scream in the void. The man who masters silence is the one a woman can never forget. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications now. Drop a comment below. Silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. 5. Elevate yourself beyond her reach. The ultimate revenge isn't an outburst of anger. It's not proving her wrong, and it's certainly not making her miss you. True revenge is becoming the man she can never reclaim, stronger, greater, untouchable, so that even if she regrets it, even if she wants to return, she's no longer worthy. Most men drown in misery, wasting time dissecting mistakes, clinging to the past, trapped in a spiral of regret. But a man living by Stoic principles, he's different. He doesn't waste a single second. He takes every shard of pain and uses it as raw material to rebuild himself. He doesn't just move on, he ascends to a dazzling new height. This is the moment you surpass 99% of the men out there. While she expects you to crumble, you're evolving. While she chases attention from another, you're crafting a version of yourself she'll never touch again. Picture this. Months from now, you'll boast the finest physique of your life. Your mind will be razor sharp, laser focused, your finances rock solid, your energy an unstoppable force. You walk into a room, and the world feels the magnetic pull of your presence. You no longer crave validation from anyone. Your very existence commands respect. When she sees this version of you, regret will crash over her like a tsunami. She'll scream inside, "Why did I let him go?" She'll question her choices, tormenting herself. Did I make a mistake? Because the man she once discarded has now transformed into someone far beyond her grasp. The brutal truth is that she's run out of chances. You've moved on, too far gone. You're no longer shackled by the past, no longer sitting there awaiting an explanation, no longer fantasizing about some fairy tale ending. You've soared out of her reach, and now you decide who's worthy of your time, your energy, and your priceless presence. So stop thinking about her. Stop sneaking glances at her social media. Stop hoping for a sign that she misses you. Instead, turn that pain into a blazing fire that drives you forward. Hit the gym, build your career, sharpen your mind. For the man no one can touch is the ultimate victor. Hit like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below. Elevate yourself so she'll never be worthy of your world again. Attitude 6. Dark Psychology. Reverse the power dynamic. Right now, she thinks she's in total control. She walked away, chose someone else, convinced she's right, and in her mind, you're still groveling, still pining, still praying for her return. But what happens when you stop caring, when you flip the board with cold, unflinching indifference? This is where dark psychology ignites, not manipulation, not a game, but absolute release. The man who grows indifferent, who truly lets go, is the one who wields supreme power. Most men dig their own graves by trying to control the situation by persuading her to come back. They post braggy updates on social media, try to spark her jealousy, do everything to haunt her thoughts. But it's all just feeble clinging. A stoic man is different. He vanishes entirely, not out of spite, not to grab attention, but because he genuinely no longer cares. And that throws her mind into chaos. Women assume men will always chase them, forever lurking in the shadows, waiting for another chance. But when you withdraw completely, when you go silent and become untouchable, she starts to panic. She's no longer certain. She wonders, why isn't he reaching out? Does he have someone else? Was I never truly in control of him? That loss of control gnaws at her with relentless regret. Here's the truth most men miss. Women are drawn to what they can't possess. The moment she feels she's lost you, her mind turns against itself. When she realizes she no longer has any sway over you, you instantly become more valuable than ever. The man who lets go first is the one who wins triumphantly. Think about it. How many times have you seen a woman dump someone only to try crawling back once he truly moves on? It's not because she suddenly sees his perfection, but because she realizes she's lost her grip, and that ignites an insatiable longing for him. This is how you flip the power dynamic. Stop chasing. Stop waiting. Stop showing any emotion. Instead, elevate yourself, become untouchable, and make her feel the weight of your absence. For silence is the loudest roar, and indifference is the most addictive poison. And the best part? By the time she realizes her mistake, you no longer care. She'll come back, she'll probe, she'll try to wedge herself into your life. But by then, you've soared so far beyond that she's no longer worthy of your world. That is true power. Not forcing her to regret, but rising so high that her regret becomes meaningless. 7. Stoic mindset. The real prize is you. She didn't abandon you. You proudly let her go. And now, you see the explosive truth. You were the prize all along. At first, you might not have felt it. When she walked away, chose another, made you feel lesser, you thought you'd lost. But what's the ironclad reality? The real loser is her. And that's a loss she'll carry for life. While she fumbles around searching for something better, you're rising into a great man. You don't collapse in tears over her. Don't grovel for another chance. You take that time to forge yourself, to build a life so powerful, so valuable, so magnetic that her absence becomes a laughable footnote. Now, standing at this summit, looking back, you smirk because you've grasped a truth most men remain blind to forever. The man who masters himself, who reigns over his emotions, who never begs for love, that is the unconquerable one. This is the Stoic mindset, the awakening that nothing external defines your worth. Not a woman, not a relationship, not rejection, not loss. Your value blazes from within you. When you etch this truth into your soul, you become an impregnable fortress. You no longer fear losing anyone because a man of true worth never trembles when walking alone. He doesn't need validation from others, for he validates himself. He doesn't chase love because he knows self-respect is the eternal flame. Now she sees it clearly. She witnesses the man you've become, powerful, successful, confident, no longer needing her. That's why regret gnaws at her relentlessly. What she lost wasn't just a man, but the chance to be part of something extraordinary. Extraordinary. But here's the difference. You no longer care. You don't care if she regrets it, if she misses you, if she's tormented by her mistake, because she's been erased from your world. You've won. Not by winning her back, not because she pines for you, but because you've transcended the old fragile self, the one that once thought she was the greatest prize. Now you see clearly. She was never your reward. You were the reward. You were her dazzling prize. This is the ultimate pinnacle. The moment you stop chasing, stop reacting, stop caring, that's when you become the man who commands his destiny with absolute authority. When you reach that level, everything, wealth, success, women, respect, floods to you like a torrent, because the man who needs nothing is the one who attracts everything. The Stoic man never falls. If this video has awakened you, hit like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below. The Stoic man is truly unconquerable. Now you've realized. She didn't destroy you. She set you free. She didn't steal your happiness. She handed you the chance to build a greater empire. In the end, it was never about her. It was always about you. The man who masters his emotions, walks away without hesitation, and cuts away the useless with ruthless precision, that is the absolute victor in life. For a stoic man doesn't chase anyone, doesn't beg for validation, doesn't need anything. And that's exactly what makes him strong as a mountain. Now, you face a life-defining choice. Will you keep sinking into the past, haunted by what's lost, or will you take this pain, this lesson, and turn it into the fire that forges you into a man who never knows loss again? Because when you reach this level, when you become an impregnable fortress, nothing can wound you ever again. Burn this into your soul. A man who knows his worth never trembles before loss. A man who treasures himself doesn't need to grovel for anyone's validation. And the true stoic man is the one who makes everyone who ever abandoned him drown in relentless regret. If this video resonates with you, hit like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next explosive lessons. Before you go, leave a comment below. The stoic man never loses. See you next time. Stay resolute, hold your focus, and always remember, from the very beginning, the one with true undying value has always been you. The text above is a powerful journey through the Stoic mindset where a man transcends the pain of loss to affirm his true worth. It emphasizes that she didn't abandon him. He resolutely let her go, unlocking the chance to rebirth himself into an untouchable version. Rather than drowning in regret or chasing validation, the Stoic man masters his emotions, turning pain into fuel to build a greater life. From a peak physique to a razor-sharp mind and a rock-solid career, he doesn't need anyone to affirm his value, for he validates himself, becoming a magnet for everything: wealth, success, respect. Silence and indifference become your ultimate weapons, making her doubt, making her regret, but you no longer care. You don't win because she comes back, but because you've broken free from your old self, realizing that you are the true prize. The Stoic mindset teaches you that value doesn't come from the outside, not from a woman or a relationship, but from the indomitable strength within. At this level, you no longer fear loss, you don't need to convince anyone, and you become the one others lament losing. Join us on this path. Subscribe to Stoic Pathways today. Turn on notifications and drop a comment to join the community of unconquerable Stoic men. This isn't just a video, it's a call to seize control of your life. You are the real value. Live like it.